Okay, thanks so much, Clay. You know, right now we are getting word that Ohio has been called, and we're getting to our political expert, but we do want to mention that all night long that we have been seeing these results starting to come in. Doug Peckhash just coming into the studio, actually running into the studio here on the 10 TV Plus stream. Doug, you're with Nikki, our political expert. She's been working the map to make sure that we have all those electoral votes correct. What are you just learning now from the newsroom?
Of course, I would run out to the newsroom to check on something just as Ohio was being called. But yes, right now, Ohio has been called. It's 17 electoral college votes going to former President Trump. Nikki, this was expected. President Trump did win the last two Ohio votes in the presidential race by 8%.
Yeah, I haven't seen any data that suggested otherwise. I think what is going to be more interesting, because I think everyone expected that this was definitely going to go to former President Trump. I think what's going to be more interesting is his margin of victory. If it's similar to what we saw in the previous two elections, or if it's deviated either more support or less. I think that's going to be really interesting.
Right now, he has 137 electoral college votes to Vice President Harris's 99. But just within the last 2 minutes, we've had Ohio called for former President Trump. And we can actually look at some historical data on this, or not historical, but how it matches up. In the, what's really important is how this relates to the Senate race here, because this is so close. Bernie Moreno is the Trump-endorsed Senate candidate here. And when you look at the comparison of the votes right now, former President Trump at 53.8 to Kamala Harris's 45%. This is the running total from tonight. And then you have this total. So what do you see when you compare the two?
So when you compare the two, this really tells us that we do have some voters in Ohio who voted for Trump for the presidency spot, and then also chose to vote for Sherrod Brown for senator of the state of Ohio. And so you do have some voters who split their ticket and voted Republican president, Democratic senator.